Okay, we're going to be putting a switch on this light up here because it goes on and off with all the main lights, so we can turn it on and off separately. I'll leave this one on first. I'll take our end ones off. There's our live wire. We have our wires up here. So we're going to open up this knockout up here. Okay, so figure out how much we need to take off here. So I'll put our switch about right here. Come up, come over, and come in about right here. So we're going to cut it about right here. But we're going to save our wire to go inside of our light fixture. So we're going to take our cutter here and make sure that this is in the right way. We'll tighten this up. And we'll just turn it with our crank until it feel like it's turning loose. So that means we can pull our jacket off. So we're going to take this connector off of here and we'll pull our wire out of our jacket. And this has a self-detained bushing on it here, so we don't have to put a bushing in our cable. And we'll push it in like, well, you know what, I'm going to cut this sharp edge off here. We have an edge here that's a little bit sharp, so we'll just cut that off our MC cable here. And I'll just push it in like that. And we'll cut our plastic off. There you go. Open up our knockout on the end here. There it is. Where did it go? So we'll unhook our black wire here. Now let's see if I can find that piece up here. And we will take our MC cable and we will put it in to our fixture here. And we'll push it in. There, it's snapped in. And our wires are going to reach up here. So now we'll drop down and we'll get our screw gun and we'll put our switch box up. These are 3/8 inch cables, MC cable straps here. So I'm going to open up the knockout on my box here. I have my green screw hole in the bottom here. Push it in. So our little burbies snap in there. There it is. On here nice and straight. Just gonna make sure our cable is snapped into our cable properly. Get on here nice and straight. A little bushing fell down, so I'm pushing it back up. Where I put my green screw. This is our green screw to bond our ground wire to the box. So we will put it right in here in the bottom. So we will redo our cut and score my ground wire to bond to our box. There we go. Okay, we have to remark our white wire. We're going to use this red tape, and if you look closely, it's made here in the country I was born in. That's a nice thing to see. So we're going to remark our white wire red so they know it's live. The landlord that owns this building here has a very nice reputation around town for maintaining his buildings and taking care of his apartments and business rentals, and it's a joy to help him because it gives me good YouTube videos to make, and I enjoy his company and friendship. So I'm going to just check my strips to make sure they're not too long or too short. They're just the length that we want here. Good. So first we'll put our, I'm going to just make sure our ground screw is tight here in the back. And our copper is under the screw head all the way around. And we'll put our ground wire around our green screw right here. Since this is a commercial building, we're installing a commercial grade light switch because this is one of the commercial rental units here. Make sure it's nice and tight and our copper is under the screw head all the way. Here in the country I was born in, down is off, up is on. If you put the switch in upside down, it will say no. So we'll put our remarked white wire on one terminal. Make sure we don't get our copper under the, make sure we don't get our insulation under the screw head. Make sure our insulation just goes up to the bottom of the pressure plate. So now we can fold our wires into our box. I like the deeper boxes so that the wires go in nice and easily. I'm going to make sure our screws aren't going to hit the wires in here. And I'll finish that by hand so we don't strip our screws out. Make sure it's nice and snug here. And I'll just look, make sure our screws aren't hitting any wires and we're not pushing against any sharp edges or anything we don't want them to touch. And now we can stick our cover back on here. On the hole. There it goes. No, I'm not. There it is. Okay, so our white neutral wire is going to go with this black wire coming back from our light switch. Okay, that's a tinned wire. So we'll get our wires cut to the same length here. And we'll just wire nut them together, make sure they're even like this. Take our wire nut, make sure insulation goes into the bottom of the wire nut there. Here we go. And we can get our electrical tape here. And we'll just tape these wires together here so they stay inside the fixture where we want them to go. And we'll bring our other wires up here. So our black feed wire is going to go to this white switch wire here. So we're going to strip this so it's the same length as our other one. And this ground wire is going to go in with the other ground wires up here. So we will put, so since the black feed wire is going to be going to this white switch wire, we're going to again remark this white wire live. Ground, two number 12s together here. Get them even. Hey, they came out nice and even there. We'll get our ground wire for going to our fixture. Get it down in here so it's all, everything's all nice and even here. There, all our copper is even on the end of there. Get our wire nut. Just make sure it's nice and tight. Hold it up in here. And this is our black live wire that goes to our white switch wire. Get them even like this here. Get them perfectly even. Our insulation's even at the top and our copper is even on the bottom. Take our wire nut, we'll just start twisting them. Make sure it's nice and tight. Just get our fold here so that our wires all stay in the channel here when we put our cover back on up here. Okay, we're going to go up and we're going to get our light all closed up. little cover on here, make sure all our wires stay inside the fixture here. Well, if I don't find it, I'm not getting upset. I'm not getting frustrated. But here it is. If I didn't find it, I would have just gone to the hardware and bought another nut. That's all. You don't get upset. It's not going to help you. Doesn't go on turning it by hand. You just use your pliers. Make sure it's on there nice and tight. I'll run my fingers down through here, make sure no wires are pinched. Just tighten this one. Make sure no wires are pinched. I'll just tighten this one down here. And we'll get one more clamp up here. So there is our switch loop installation. That's how to wire a switch loop from a light fixture that was on all the time. Peace. Thanks for watching.